What's up, dudes? I kind of wanted to make another update on what weapons I'm carrying with me nowadays, so let's get it started. This isn't going to be a super long or in-depth video. This is just guns that I use that I feel are beastly and fun to use at the same time, and they, are fast killers. You can keep going on the move while you're chopping enemies down and shit. So let's start it off. So we got Guiding Star. That's a dead orbit weapon. Has high caliber rounds, 52 rounds with the option to go 58 if you want to take the high cals off. I personally recommend the high calibers because of the weaker damage on this. It staggers them a lot faster. Better Devils, everybody knows this is the best hand cannon in the game. Purpose, Trials Scout Rifle. This has replaced Nameless Midnight. I don't really care for. I like Nameless, but this one's overall outweighs Nameless in my opinion. On the move fast, masterwork, 16 rounds, hip fire is insane on it. Just a great ass scout rifle. Braytech Winterwolf, masterwork, bigger mag also. It's just a fun gun. It looks really sweet too. I wish that it sounded a little cooler, but other than it sounds like paper shredding when you fire it. But it's a good gun. Nightshade, Kill Clip. This is my favorite pulse in the game. It's really the only one that I usually stick with out of every pulse. Duty Bound. This is the 7th song, Specific Nightfall. I like the bigger mag with it. It's 41 rounds without it. I think 44 kind of sets it right. Skaithlock. This is my favorite auto rifle in the entire game. High caliber rounds, 42 rounds, increased accuracy and shit when it gets lower mag. Just a really good ass gun. The Conqueror 2, tied with Bidenhander for my favorite submachine guns in the game. Origin story, it's about the same as Braytech. They're pretty much the same gun, except one has Rampage, one has bottom half. Bidenhander replaced any up D because of the fact that this gets up to 45 rounds and it has high caliber rounds. You just can't beat the Ambitious Assassin perk on it, and it shoots more accurately than Antiope. Antiope shows that it has better stability and range and shit like that, but I don't know, man. The scope that this one has, it just shoots way more vertical. Like Antiope D kind of like zigzags at the end of the scope at the end of the magazine, and this one it doesn't really kick all that much. It kind of goes more left to right than up and down and left and stuff. You know how Antiope does when it gets to those last like 6 rounds. This one just kind of like starts going left to right, which is easier to control. That's also the new Monarchy gun. So if you don't need anything from any of the factions, dude, like do new Monarchy. Not only their shaders cool, their guns are pretty kick-ass too, especially this one. The best in-air accuracy shooting gun in the game. I believe it. I haven't found one that's better than it. This thing is just like a laser beam. Pleiades, whatever corrector. I just got this from Future War Cult. It's basically the Mananin class, except it has Rampage and it shoots really nice. The scope on it is super good too. Positive Outlook, Kill Clip. Everybody has to have one of these in their inventory, regardless if you like any of the other guns I'm using. This is a freaking beast. Kaboo, since Dragonfly's enhanced, this is just a great weapon to use, especially for like Thrall and smaller ads and stuff like that. Resonance 42. It's pretty much the same as Royal Dispensation. It's not as accurate, but it's not far off at all, and it has 37 rounds. It's got the ability to get accurate as the magazine gets lower also, so that does kind of help it out. Mananin, you already know it's the best energy scout in the game. Martyr's Make, one of my favorite energy, not my all-time favorite, but this is on my list as like the top 4 or 5. It's really good. I'm not one of those like bandwagon graviton people. I just keep it for just to play around with on patrol. Really, it's the only time I really ever use it. I really don't. I almost didn't even include it because I don't really use it that much at all. Valkadon, I found out that I like it better than Hollow Earth. Hollow Earth is really good, don't get me wrong, but I don't like the scope for some reason. The bigger circle, kind of like, I don't know. I don't really care for it. I like the Valkadon scope. It's got 2 more rounds also, but it's just this one's my favorite. Foggy Notion. I wanted to have a burn of each type with these. I didn't want to have 3 Royal Dispensations. I wanted to change it up. 34 rounds, 37 rounds, and 33. They're all good. And I don't know if an update happened where Grave Robber gives you more ammo now, but I'm getting 17 rounds per melee kill back in the mag every time on these. It used to be 10, so I guess they upped that finally. Alright, power weapons, Braytech. The next time Nocris is the Nightfall, I don't care what you're doing all week, you need to grind this out and get it. This is, I'm going to go ahead and say it's the best rocket in the game. Tied with Sins, but it might be a little bit better just because that reload speed is insane on it. Like, just throws chunks mags back in, whatever, or rockets, whatever. Timeline's Vertex. This is the closest fusion that I can find that's like Thesson FR4 from Destiny 1. I thought Thesson FR4 was the best PvE weapon in the game in general. If you've never seen that weapon, I have a video where I made a montage of just Thesson FR4 kills. Check it out sometime. It's kind of going to be down on my list because it was from Destiny 1. Crazy as fuck. Like, and it let you hold up to like 27 rounds when other fusions only held 18. I don't know. That gun was like broken though. It was so good. Since the past, you know, you already know. Hawthorns. I like the Akilos Shotty, but I like Hawthorns. I'm still a Hawthorne fan. I think it's better. It's got better stats in my opinion. It's more, I don't know, it's up my alley more. Man of War, I think this is the best linear fusion rifle in the game. And I say that because of the moving target perk. That is, it lets you get the charge rate down when you're trying to hit somebody on the move. It just kind of locks on a lot better than other fusion rifles do. Dead Ender is also good. It has Outlaw, Dead Ender does. But I still think that having a perk that helps the aiming on a linear fusion is way more valuable than a reload perk. Main ingredient, Rampage stacking 3, plus it's hella accurate, has a ton of range. You can do a lot of work with this. Another Sins of the Past, you gotta have one with each burn, because you never know. Darcy, it's a boss melter. It's really the only thing I like it on, is just bosses, but I don't really use it that much. But if I do want to get a sniper, Darcy's gonna be it. Tractor Cannon, if you need a booper for Escalation Protocol, then it does pretty good ass work. Truth Teller isn't really a weapon you'll take into like a Nightfall or anything serious. This is just a really fun weapon to use, and I didn't have any other weapon that I cared to put in my heavy slot, so I just put Truth Teller there. It's like a Terminator style one shot in the kind of thing, but it's really fun to use. The velocity, as you can see, is crazy as well. The thing is a laser beam for a grenade launcher. But yeah, man, this is what I'm using. These are all my go-to weapons that I feel comfortable doing almost any activity with. Not every gun, you know, will go into like a raid or a Nightfall or like, you know, prestige events and stuff like that, but I have a lot of fun with all these guns. Plus there's plenty of variety, so I'm not using the same kind of weapons really. I mean, the only thing that's kind of similar are these and then these, but you know, Destiny 2 has its limits on variety. So, but yeah, man, that's what I think is the best for me. That's what I'm, you know, rocking out with, dude. But let me know in the comments what y'all think and what y'all use and such, and I will catch y'all in space, dudes. Later.